It's the Caleb MTG Gathering Show.
So the most Caleb cards here are this Workshop and Mox Opal. I think Opal wheels more, but Workshop's like, it might actually be better. Might be better than the Workshop. I'm gonna grab it. If I needed to win this draft to save humanity or something, I'd probably take that Parallax Wave. Those in the last pack. So Talisman's the Mox Opal follow-up. I'm a little tempted by this Twister. Twisted up. Okay. We do have a 0 for this Pinnacle Emissary, which is kind of interesting. And there's Fast Bond for the Twister. Library is solid. And Currency Converter, my love. Our last Upheaval deck, we never got to cast it. Maybe it'll come back. Cutter's interesting. How do I know that I don't need to win this draft to save humanity? They let you know. They give you a heads up. It's like a 2-day notice type deal. I don't mean to brag, but I have been called on before. And the fact that I lost is how we got on the darkest timeline. Which isn't an ideal outcome, but I do feel, honored to have been asked. Saw a couple nice red artifacts earlier. Ooh. Little loot for the weld action. The converter loots too. Could be a little something there. The worst time to 2-1. Easiest 0-1 drop of your life. You're playing for all of humanity. Yeah, but I didn't open any power. I kind of just want to drop and go next. Time Twister is not cube power. Time Twister isn't even cube top 50. Drop humanity and go to next species. Time to scoop it up. Running out outs, humanity. Got a Fiery Confluence for the old artifact mirror. Hey, good afternoon, Chaos. We were just being negative and depressing. Mole Man over Time Twister. My win rate with Mole Man has got to be better than my win rate with Time Twister. I don't think it's particularly close. That Mole Man card's great. Really good in like the Guy's Cradle decks too. Fast Spawn Guy's Cradle. And that's like what you want to do if you're green too. Yeah, people keep on asking me what's the most impressive like new card. And I think you can just lock that in as Mole Man. The next time someone asks, you gotta remember that that's my answer. If we ended up with Tinker, the Mystical Tutor for Tinker would be solid. I think what I'm supposed to do is grab this Kappa and then wheel this Battle Sphere. Someone took Workshops, so you can't really count on the Kappa to wheel. I'd be a little bit more excited about the Coveted Jewel if Workshops was going around. Welding in Coveted Jewel could be sick, though, with Kitten too. What are the odds of wheeling Kitten? I do like the Broadside in these artifact decks. Broadside is just great. Just kills people, kills things, answers problems. You have all this shit, right? I have all these artifact pieces of shit laying around. I was going to take the good card. Dungeon Clawler. A little retrofitter action. Dramatic Critique can loot for the welding. Could be good. People seem to like Planisphere. I think I'd rather have this Chromatic Star with double welder action. A roguelike game using the claw machine as your deck. Oh, okay. Crazy how many roguelikes are out there. So Top's really good with these welders. But so is the Moxite. I think the Moxite's a little bit more important. Also, very much more likely to wheel for me. Little relic action. There's Narset Twister. Are any of y'all excited about Narset Twister? Relic's one of those cards that does get a little bit worse without workshops available. Passing on that Thundering Falls too. We have a couple of green sources here for the Chariot. Hey, Battle Wall came back. Nice. That's a good sign. Shieldred is indeed in this cube. Hey. Alright, we just need an Academy. And a Soul Ring. And... last pick, Sneak Attack. Yeah, I was surprised by the top wheeling too. Yeah, I think Portal is the most important of this group of cards. The Engineer can't weld it out, but the Welder can. And the Engineer can entomb for it. And hello, Mox Pearl. Kind of hoping that Hasteland comes back. The double red Exert one. It's really nice with the welders, and it's so we have this Kappa Cannoneer too. So Sewer Valence Cam can pop out with a Goblin Welder. Like you have it in a Mox. I think you can go infinite. Maybe. I don't know. Chromatic Star, Infinite Draw. I think I dig Soul Cauldron here. We don't have a ton of creatures, but it's very important that we keep having their activated abilities. Lightning Greaves. So Lightning Greaves doesn't play well with Sewer Valence Cam, but it plays really well otherwise. I think I dig it. Gadgeteer is interesting as a draw engine. Do we want a counterspell or a coalition relic? I almost like Epicure here. Huan Chi Tong can answer some problem permanents. Also very good with top. If I'm serious about the Chariot, then I kind of like the Mana Confluence. Hey, the Arena of Glory wield. Maybe it belongs, the Might Stone, Meek Stone. Maybe, one thing about the Epicure is that it is a body to carry Soul Cauldron 1/1 counters. Maybe Lelia is better for that because it has haste. Is Shelldock interesting? I think no. I think the coming into play tapped is gonna gunk me up. Probably don't need all these 2-mana rocks. I kind of like that Chalice can be played for 0. How good was the back half of Mightstone Weakstone? So if you ever melded it, it was pretty sick. But the front half of the other piece of the front half just like wasn't quite worth it. In powered cube, you'd need a lower power cube with artifact synergies, which I've played. I've played cubes where it was solid. Of course, Beanatoli. I think I've done most of them. I remember the first big one. The first time they had those combiner meld critter things. The big one in that limited format was the it was like a 7-mana rare and a 4-mana mythic 4/3 exalted thing. And I got to combine that in limited several times. Oh, it was real sick. Real filthy stuff. Still kind of thinking about if I want this chariot or not. A lot of times when we're not able to play it, we can loot it away. Chariot also pretty sweet with Lightning Greaves. Yeah, maybe Wan Shi Tong ends up being a sideboard card. As much as I love it. And I think it's quite good, but that's okay. Ooh, a no-lander. Well, this hand's much better, huh? You're talking about Portal? Oh, how would I not know that? What is it? Not having the dragon for the engineer, kind of a bummer. Hey, Francis, thanks for the sub. Thanks on 27 months. So I just want to grab something to set up the future Goblin Welder. Then Portal or Sewer Valence Cam could make sense. I'm going to grab the Cam just in case I end up wanting something for my engineer to do. Yeah, there's a few different ways to draw the deck, Woist. I'm pretty sure Sewer Valence Cam Coalition Relic draws the deck. I guess. Was very tempted to huck the engineer there. They laughed at us. I call my dick the Maryland Carter so I can get it to rise again. Well, that's nifty. Yeah. Where it is now running out of shocks there. A lot of nice pressure. All the dorks kind of make me want this fiery confluence. Was this opener that I kept just terrible? Just the worst? Oh yeah, Chelsea. Got me. I hate when my opponent's got all this mana up. Feels like I'm gonna get blown the fuck out. Potentially good sign. Little QB action, sure. Where's a force of will when you need one? So Bombardiers could just pop a QB to sack Greaves. I think I like a little Dak Fade and loot here. Portal? Ooh. Yeah, I was hoping to find a 0 or 1 that I could fire off and not have to sack the Greaves, but this is pretty good, I think. The doggo has arrived. Yeah, they want to serve in with the QB, and then the guide can jump in. They can 6 me down to 7 and clear the deck at the same time. Bye, deck. Note a cute line here would have been to, not the correct line, but a cute line is to, with the Battlesphere trigger on the stack, sacrifice the Battlesphere to the Bombardiers, 9 them, and then weld the Battlesphere back into play. And then you'd be able to tap 5 plus 3, 8 for the drain on the Battlesphere attack. So you get 17 damage direct. No, that's bad for me. Mystical aim. For time walk aim. Oh, they're just taking the 2? I guess their last card in hand is a creature. Oh no, the blinked guide. Guide says another. Yeah, that resolves. I guess a removal spell still wins it for him, or Graveyard Hate. Let's see what their last card is. Maybe they just didn't think about Welder. That seems to be the answer. Oh shit, what up? Hey, McFit Soldier. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 25 months there. Beautiful song, huh, Eric? Yeah, I think if they'd put the Questing Beast and the dog in front of Broadside and traded there, and then Mystical Tutored for a removal spell to answer the Welder, that would have been in a really good spot. Yeah, I think you just do this and then eventually get Greaves and one-shot them. Maybe it's faster to get Kappa Cannoneer bank. Yeah, kind of sick, huh? At first, I was like, okay, I can go get Portal and then ping something with the Broadside and then fucking weld in Portal and they'll have nothing. And then I was looking through my library with the Engineer and I was like, wait a minute. We can do a little better. We got infinite mana with the Mox Pearl. We can fucking get back Cannoneer Battlesphere stuff. Do we just go get Moxite? Tempted to get the Chromatic Star. If I got Chromatic Star, I guess I would play the Surveillance Cam, targeting the Engineer, and then with the trigger on the stack, weld out the star. Weld out the cam for the star. And then I'd have an untapped Engineer. This is like not that exciting. Let's get the Moxite like I was originally planning. Oh, well. One value, please. I'll just plink in for one here. Yeah, I would have preferred, I think, to play the Epicure over the Surveillance, but running out the Surveillance means that I can play my Toidle here on turn 3. And who doesn't love a Toidle? No, my Engineer! So So Epicure is free into the Cannoneer. The Shieldred's Edict has me thinking maybe I want another creature in case they have more edicts, like Liliana or something. Or if they can, like, rebuy the Shieldred's Edict. It's not a crazy thing to do in Vintage Cube. So normally you would save the Epicure until post-Cannoneer to grow it, but it has given me a reason to reconsider. So they can make a 2/2 robot, right? Oh, cool. Just a little worried about a draw 7 from the opponent, but not that worried. I think they're likely more worried about my fucking giant Cannoneer than I am worried about that, huh? Probably don't want Twister against the Leovold deck. That doesn't make sense to me. Play a little thing. Actually, let's play this one. Do I mind giving some of my secrets to a successful and happy life? Kind of a loaded question there. Everyone's got different barometers for that, right? What's successful? I really value, like, learning and growing, I guess. You can make mistakes, you can eat shit, but if you're trying, if you're getting a little better, if you're getting something from it, then it's not like a real loss. Be better at it the next attempt. This is one of those hands where, because I kept it, you can tell that I like Currency Converter a little too much. Just a little too much. As far as my happiness goes, to that I would credit the deadly blood clot that's in my that's slowly compressing my brain and making it so I can only feel happiness, really. Not for everybody. Retrofitter was kind of bait here. Figuring if they had a counterspell, they probably counter that one. Ooh. Dak Faden isn't, like, great with Narset, right? Yeah, they get to draw one. They would draw one and discard two. Would I rather have a Mopal? I don't know. I guess the Faden's good with my Currency Converter. Alright, I'll snag it. Wingspan ass deck. You're talking about all the, like, piddly shit I'm doing here. Hey, good evening, our tanks. Things 114 months. And even if they get rid of the rogue, we'll still be able to activate the retrofitting, the Mightstone here, so I'm not worried about Emeritus clearing a walker. And the land underneath the currency converter can only play this Chariot next turn, and Chariot plus Soul Cauldron could let me get the Welder ability back, even if they answer my Welder. Am I winning? Am I having a fun time? Yes to both. It's been a real pleasant stream. We had some wild ones today. A couple trophies with like really cool decks, and Scrub number 2 with really cool decks too. And now we're drafting, I don't know, one of my favorite decks of the night. It's like not even like a shoe-in for my favorite deck, even though I'm having a blast here. Because the other decks we drafted have just been so cool. Tuck my artifact, get a food, to sack a food to allow a tribute summon the Mindstone Weakstone. Yeah. So this will give me a non-summoning sick creature. Well, that'll be pleasant. Yep. Well, that was fucked up, huh? That was some fucked up nonsense. And then I'll surveillance camera to cam to untap my servo token, and that's just gonna like, God, they even killed my welder, and they did all the work to kill my welder, and just didn't fucking matter. That's the shit right there. I had a deck similar to this the other day. The opponent like did the work to kill my welder, and then like my portal got the welder back, and I had lightning greaves to throw on it, and it just didn't matter. It's like, all right, all right. Why aren't we playing Stomping Ground with Chariot in our deck? That is a great question, Elaine. And you're not gonna fucking believe this, but I super did not remember that that was a card I had in my pool. Hell yeah, Heart Monarch. I have seen him once before at a Cycle Las Vegas a long time ago. You could try to Bombardiers, kill that Emperor. I think I'm gonna run the Soul Cauldron out first. Just a little bit extra insurance. Play the Bombardiers and then just kill it, and then the Emperor Bones gets to bring back Bombardiers. That's no good. And the Soul Cauldron's like kind of good against this DRC maybe. Yeah, we played against a lot of Emperor Bones today, right, Bitter Bowler? It has been like every other match. Fortunately, it's mostly been a 2-2 against us, so. Should we just fucking carn it up? One thing is, we could just spend our turn activating Retrofitter and activating Currency Converter. And one nice thing about that is then we'd have some bodies in play. So if you play the Bombardiers and they kill it, then you can Soul Cauldron onto your token so you don't lose it. I guess you can exile it regardless. Dr. J Hero, thanks for gifting 10 subs. Congratulations to Twitch user B, Saucer Crab, Tiger Claw 66, Sinbad, Cerbix, Swamp Donkey 6287, Dave Sustain, Crazy Tales, SB Georgie, and Dross Liff. Cheers, everybody, and thanks, Dr. J Hero. Very cool. One issue with the Karn. Yeah, I'm just gonna Bombardiers. One issue with the Karn is that they kill the token, they just get the Karn as well. Okay. Solitude is at least like eating 2 cards, right? Oh. Shit, Is my rock hard throbbing cube lasted more than 4 hours? I think it's pretty close. yeah, a little over, Now the opponent's got that monarchy going, Got that monarchy going. This is not quite a Kappa Cannoneer. With a land drop next turn, I could just play this Battle Sphere. Kind of interesting. Not exiling anything, So for Agatha's Emperor Bones, I think I get the Adapt, but there's no exiling underneath the creature, so it just doesn't matter. It just can get +2/+2 maybe, or I don't think it can adapt it once it already has 1/1 counters. All right, decision point. Do you Toidle or do you Battle Sphere? 1 mana short of being able to do both, One cool thing about the Kappa Cannoneer is I can keep on activating my other things. Does less good of a job filling up the old board here, though. Yeah, I think I'm still in stabilize mode. I'm not worried about growing the Cannoneer. A lot of chat's like, oh, the Cannoneer is so big if you play the Battle Sphere afterwards. Like, while correct, I kind of don't care, because, like, we still have Retrofitter going, and we've got Currency Converter, and, like, we're... Growing the Cannoneer is not really a concern. It's like, which is... how do we actually lose from this spot? But I'm sick of this fucking Soul Cauldron nonsense. Gross. And I can sack a creature and bring the DRC up to 3. So I just need one more type in the bin, 1 instant. And they're still drawing 2 a turn. Note that Mirror Battlesphere is a mirror in and of itself. It comes up, you got like a Batter Skull on it. Tap it to its own ability. I assume these are all going face, but we'll see. Nope. Awesome. That's a really good sign that the opponent is just trading for value there. Sure thing, boss. Giver's a little scary. Good against colorless cards, unlike Mother of Runes. Just get some damage in along with it. The Scholar hitting the graveyard will give them Delirium for the DRC. Do you know who the fuck I am? Interesting stuff. They're gonna chump because they are dead on board if they take it. Yeah, the engineer can get back the Soul Cauldron. You can sack the token to, like, maintain value, but I don't think value matters much here. Ooh. I guess I like that. Yes, what I'm doing is I'm just trying to keep my life, because I've got so much more, right? So many more things and stuff to do and value. I'm okay bleeding a little value. I'm okay letting the 1/1 token die, so that I can use my engineer ability to help preserve my life total. I think that's what matters. Surveillance cam can be used defensively as well, is what this is. Does that save them? Because surveillance cam can only tap down one creature. Or that's not true. I can sacrifice the surveillance cam to draw two and then weld it back into play. Very close, huh? I'm very close to a win with welder shenanigans. Because you need to get the welder into the graveyard is the issue, and then engineer the Soul Cauldron back into play. And then the Soul Cauldron, you can exile the welder, target a creature that doesn't have summoning sickness, and then use that to flip in with the surveillance cam. But I think I'm a mana short, right? I can activate this currency converter. And then I don't quite have it. I guess I could draw mana. This is indeed the folk playlist, yeah. Yeah, and then, like, gonna just tap in with everything, I guess. Probably crew the chariot with using the summoning sync. I'd probably play the welder and tap the 2/1/1s and the token to crew the chariot. And then they can block one thing, right? They can block one of the 4/4s, but not both. And there's still 2/2/2s coming in. They'd have to, like, sack their whole board to kill one thing. So they could technically live through the turn, but they would do so with nothing. Someone earlier asked why I'm not playing that Stomping Ground. I said that's a good question. Let's get Fiery Confluence in here, and I might actually like this Pyrokinesis too. Just like go higher on red removal. And we cut Narset Twister, of course. And then we can actually cut back on blue a little bit. Well, it's even maybe too many blue sources. We're at like 9. Yeah, 9 feels like too many. How many red is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Around the same. Yeah, let's play one more mountain even. Cool. There's one too many cards. Land counts, right? Even had a lot of fun with the Detectives, Phoenix, and Land Cyclers. Nice. Yeah, those are quite good together. Soul Cauldron was so good that whole game. What did I cut? I cut Twister, Narset. Right. And I brought in Pyrokinesis, Fire Confluence, and Joke. I love this shit. I don't know if y'all could tell, but this is my shit. This is my kind of nonsense. I'll cut Epic here, I guess. Gaslight, mana heavy hand. Potentially explosive. Right, Bitter Bowler? Not quite that much. Not quite that much. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. I guess I protected my welder for a turn. I can see that being a hard choice. Pop the welder or the retrofitter. Saga. Currently no artifacts in play. Fair enough, fair enough. Was very unsure about this turn. I was like oddly tempted to Bombardiers in and huck the like activate top and then sack it with the trigger on with the activation on the stack. You're promised a rock hard throbbing cube. Are you not entertained? You're also coming in the middle of finals, right? Yeah, this is our third finals of the night. This deck's been brutalizing people. This is the veiniest cube you're ever going to run into. No activation on the Saga. Fair enough. I fucking love Mirror Battlesphere. Just the coolest fucking Magic card ever made. Oh yeah, we've had several infinites this draft. With that Lantern and Welder. Well, hate that for me. What was the other infinite? They were the same. One involved putting the welder underneath a soul cauldron. But I think we've gotten it together like 2 or 3 times. And then a single mirror token can clear this a Liliana. While the Battlesphere gets its business in. Serve it in with both. Implies they've got some kind of answer to this board, I think. Maybe Dam. Dam would make sense to me, yeah. Annoying. Why don't people just die to my things? Don't have quite enough mana to play the 4 mana card and crack the Moxite. Maybe it means I should have buried the top earlier, because then I could have drawn the 4 mana card here instead of the top and done both. Didn't think I was going to be in the spot where I'd want to crack Moxite. Anyway, we're just going to spin now. Super gross. Yeah, the hope when they serve with both Sages is they just play some blockers, and they're like, alright, Confluence your face, Battlesphere you. Oh my god. I guess I was supposed to do Stone nothing last turn. Just let them untap with Retrofitting. Hope to squeeze more value out of the Confluence. Probably dead now, Gone through a lot of my clean answers to this sort of thing. Is Karn any good at all? Doesn't seem like enough. So the opponent does anything at all here, we're dead. Let's notice the time situation. I shouldn't be wasting my time here. I want to give it a game 3 to play. I'm actually going to use my sideboard time to give it a little restart. Magic Online's a little sluggish for me right now. Still got a couple minutes to... Oh shit, it unsideboarded me. Well, that's... Good thing we got back here in time. What was the last card I fucking cut? Oh, I added Mightstone this time. That's the difference. Well, maybe I don't need it. Maybe that bird has me spooked. Probably just activating this converter on 2 rather than run out the Soul Cauldron. Could let me turn 3 Chariot. Almost worth keeping the 4th land for. If you channel a land, it does go under the converter, yeah. Everything that says discard on it gives you that option. Looks like an Abrade on converter. Absent? Sure. Very unsure about that. Whether to play the top or activate the converter again. Because the converter finds a land. You just have Chariot mana. Whereas the top looks deeper, but doesn't have that ceiling. Oh, that's a bummer, huh? 1 mana off from Cannoneer. I'm not sure if Soul Cauldron or Engineer is going under this converter. Sure. Putting Foretold, so that's the 5 damage card. So they can do the 5 damage card and kill a couple cats if they want to. But they do have to do it at sorcery speed because of the Chandra restriction. Annoying. So the Cannoneer just waltzed headfirst into the Foretell card, unfortunately, because it comes into play, it makes itself a 5/5. We can't grow it up to a 6/6 to get out of the range. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I don't have time. I don't have time to be tanking. Awkward. I assume the Abrade hits the Soul Cauldron. Oh, sure. Yeah, the Chandra just gets done. You gotta assume that a Chandra emblem just kills him. Okay, that's Xaxes, right? They 10 and then an attack for 5. And then they sack their 2 creatures to the bombardment. GG, well played. Damn. Yeah, we never quite got rolling this game 3. We had like lots of stuff to dirtle with, but our start just wasn't fast enough. The threat of the Delayed Blast Fireball was very annoying the whole time. With the Solitude Despair. Nice. Good shit. Yeah, I think oops, what am I doing? I think Bombardiers might have been like one of my only hopes there. There were a couple times he spun